Hi, everyone. We are La Molala. And we are back with episode 9 of No Mercy with Monsta X. Woohoo! This means we'll be
one episode closer to the end. After this episode, 90% done.
Last one was a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
But this time we're gonna see the teams doing their new songs with the professionals. We're gonna see how the audience votes. And I assume they're going to pick Monsta X. I don't know. I honestly don't even know what they're going to do in the last one.
Yeah, because we have one more episode left. So, I mean, it seems like if they do like this whole entire mission in this episode, it feels like it's going to be very rushed because I feel like the other missions were kind of just spread out, which you would think it's really weird, because like how fast it's going right now. So.
Maybe it'll be half in this episode. Maybe we won't really get the results until next week. I don't know. I still feel like it would be nice if we not only knew who they were, but they like put together their opening single or what have you. Yeah. So I guess we're going to find out. But till then, episode 9.
Episode 9.
Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes, almost ready though. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue on doing more Monsta X content that are gonna be much happier than this.
This is the saddest show we'll ever watch. But after this, nothing but laughs.
Yeah, I mean, easy sailing after this show. That's for sure.
All right, let's kick it off with Wonho. Give us some packs. This is the best part of the show. Hi.
새로운 멤버 한 명이 추가돼.
I know.
성IM이라고 합니다.
저 노창조 한사요.
저쪽 팀을 다 박살을 내봐야 돼. 내들 알았어 나 숙여 브로. 내일을 벗어나고
이거 어떻게 해야 되지?
네가 있는 곳은 영 아니.
유쾌하는 그냥 안 하는 게 나아.
아.
네.
노멀시 4차 데뷔 미션 시작해보도록 하겠습니다.
네.
좀 이따가 들어가세요.
B가 뭐야? 던지게?
B. 네. 형 관객 입장.
좀 많이 들어왔어요 벌써. 전설의 용을 꺼낼 때가 됐네. 먹을려?
먹는
거예요? 그냥 목 약간 부드러워지게 하는 거. 저 할래요.
굉장한 거야.
더 완전 숙여.
Baby bird.
됐다.
Oh my gosh.
기침해야 돼. 기침해야 돼. 나오셔도 돼.
장난없다 이거.
So cute.
기침하면 안 돼. 꿀꺽. 눈 먹지 마. 꿀꺽.
얘들아 이제 들어갈게.
올라갈 때 되니까 살짝 긴장된다. 아주 살짝.
내가 보여주고 싶은 거를 떨어서 못 보여주고 내려올까 봐 그게 너무 아쉬워. 뭔가 망할 것 같지는 않은데 내가 보여주고 싶은 걸 제대로 못 보여줄 것 같아서 그게 아쉬워.
오늘아, 유쾌하는 그냥 안 하는 게 나아.
모든 애들을 여기 참여시킬 필요는 없다고 생각하고 나는 소화를 못하는 애들은 그냥 쳐내는 게 난 나을 것 같아.
이제 4차전 때 저스트 뮤직 형들이랑 같이 뭔가 우리가 할 수 있다는 게 영광이지 않나요?
그니까요.
매드클라운 형이야.
편지 못하네. 이건 좀 어렵다.
될 수도 있다.
네.
어,
형은요?
나는 매드클라운 형이지.
무조건.
무조건.
Of course.
보통은 가.
아니에요.
볼까? 매드클라운 형.
뮤직 비디오.
스토커.
스토커.
이 노래도 너무 좋아. 제 4차전은 되게 좋은 기회라고 생각하거든. 이거는 힙합도 웹으로 뭔가를 진짜로 뭔가 보여줄 수 있다고 생각하고 너도 되게 힘들겠지만 잘해보자. 너가 잘해야 돼.
So cute.
I love this.
Typical.
지금요? 운동하고 있어요.
Probably relieves stress for him.
우통을 벗을 생각이거든요. 무대에서. 1차 때 실패했잖아요. 이렇게 막 올리는 게.
That's right, it didn't.
메시 형이 그냥 우통을 아예 벗어서 관객분들한테 던지는 게 좋은 퍼포먼스가 될 것 같았다고 해서 이번에 그냥 아예 티를 다 벗어 제낄
Oh
생각이에요.
my gosh. What?
Look at his face. He's thrilled. This music.
좀 밥 같은 거
It's like white zombie vibes.
집에서 닭가슴살 직접 삶아 먹고 운동도 1시간 반 정도는 꼬박꼬박 하는 것 같아요.
Gosh, it's crazy. I'm glad he obviously loves it.
Yeah, he does.
어떻게 끝낼 거야? 나는 역주행! 나는 역주행! 깎냈네 갑자기?
No.
안녕. 연습 많이 했어? 네. 지금 직접 쾅쾅 사운드 때리고 앞에 관객들 있고 그런 분위기가 아니라서 좀 힘들겠지만 한번 해봐. 네.
I love how they always answer like they're in the military.
Right?
Yep.
좋은데?
익숙해지면 괜찮겠지?
됐나 해좀 네, 해보겠습니다.
네, 잘 하고 있어요.
처음이랑 많이 달랐어요.
저쪽 팀에 누가 제일 구멍인 것 같아?
Yeah.
팝.
잘하고 있는. 호랑이.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Oh, they're finally all happy.
Right?
자, 본격적인 첫 번째 무대 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 우리는 영하기 때문에 무조건 영순이야를 외치는 프로듀서 기리보이 팀의 스웩 넘치는 무대를 지금 바로 만나보시죠.
가슴이 끓었어 그때.
재밌겠다. 기대된다.
저희가 무대에서 진짜 얼마나 잘 노는지 관객분들의 마음을 얼마나 잘 뺐는지 보여드리겠습니다.
No.
전막더님까지 글을 올려야죠. 그리고 제가 보여주지 못한 걸 보여주고 싶어요. 쏟아붓고 싶어요. 이 노멀씨.
뭐라
Oh, yes.
그냥 저를 있는 그대로 봐주세요.
Aww.
I got that nasty flow 넌 평균당 내게는 힘이 왔고 넌 기다리는 중 벼들라 스냅백 아래 굴려대는 계산 빨리 벌려보소 개판 넌 옆바닥 대고 맛볼 거야 T.O. There's level to this game boy 체급이란 게 있다고 애초에 I speed fire get higher they so fresh as always 이런 외로운 숫자 이는 첫 번째 패배자 이슈 쫓는 것들 존중 따윈 없다
yeah. I am what I am. What's up? Wait a minute 누구에게도 매다 shit 같은 굴려낸 첫인상이 무대 하나로 재부팅해 내 실수를 기대하지 너 마시면 내가 기회야 말고 말면 내 스타일이 아니야 보여줄게 그냥 이해하 시판 아예 뭐라 난 나를 대표해서 자기가 사내 중 가두인 부에게 고생 난 최고 몸에 너와 위험하게 올라가더라도 큰 무리 없어 밤이 새기까지 한정만 있다가 원래 그렇듯 큰 물로 뛰어줘 뒤로 물러나나 위험하니까 어디 가나 쳐도 익숙하지
Kihan looks very cute with that hair.
Yes, he does.
It's just building 위치는 하늘과 범접하게 No mercy 내 앞은 언제나 도모하지 Bass drum 내 랩을 얹어서 모두 용접하지 우리 계산 같은 거 없이 가니까 멍청하지 나만이 주인공 나 말고 전부 다 행인 예술의 창의력 없이 위청있는 모습이 귀여운 펭귄 나 무대에서 뛸 테니 넌 TV 날 보면서 침이 다 흘려 난 성공에 관심이 없어 성공이 날 보면서 이리어 불러
The crowd. Jihan's such a favorite.
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry 여러분 이랬지만 난 여기 감탄사 빵빵 터뜨리고만 해 정신없이 터지는 느낌의 K.O.들 거꾸로 리듬어 빨라지는 리듬의 OK 물러지어 너가 밀려줘 하늘 엎어 줄 새 없이 몰아쳐 We are 지금을 또 highlight 몸에 배너와 위험하게 올라가더라도 큰 무리 없어 밤이 새기까지 안전만 있다가 원래 그렇듯 큰 물어 뛰어줘 뒤로 물러나 위험하니까 어디 가나 좀 익숙하지 뒤로 물러나 위험하니까 어디 가나 좀 익숙하지 경수 위에 난 토끼 너는 거북이 우리 위치는 영수 위에 우리 위치는 영수 위에 영수 위에 난 토끼 너는 거북이 우리 위치는 영수 위에 우리 위치는 영수 위에 영수 위에
I am just lights up on stage.
He does.
한 번 더 원해요? 한 번 더 원해요? Hey, yo, Trump! Let's go. 영수 위에 우리 너는 거북이야 우리 위치는 영수 위에 우리 위치는 영수 위에
Oh. Now it's happening.
From the beginning.
bad.
주원이는 잘한다.
기리보이 팀의 무대가 끝이 났습니다. 정말 불같은 무대였던 것 같은데요. 리더인 기리보이 공연한 소감이 어떤가요?
뭐 잘 끝낸 것 같아요. 잘하지 않았나?
예.
잘한 것 같아요.
저는 개인적으로 너무 오랜만에 되게 즐기면서 다 같이 이제 공연을 했고요. 잘했다고 되게 칭찬해주고 싶습니다, 우리 동생들. 네.
자, 그러면 오늘 어려운 무대를 마친 연습생들의 소감도 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
전 이렇게 많은 분들 앞에서 노래한 게 처음이에요. 근데 정말 되게 재밌던 무대 같아요. 감사합니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 새로운 멤버 IM이라고 합니다. 이렇게 무대를 미쳐서 날뛴 게 굉장히 마음에 들어서 그냥 이 무대에 만족하고 있습니다. 감사합니다.
영순 위야, 난 토끼, 너는 거북이야. 우리 위치는 영수 위야. 저희는 지금 308명에서 공연을 한 거라고 생각을 했어요. 감사합니다.
오늘 오신 관객분들께 마지막으로 우리 팀을 응원해달라는 어필 한번 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다.
두 손가락에 기를 모아.
No. So impossibly cute.
자, 기리보이 팀 수고 많으셨습니다.
Ugh, I can't imagine having to go after that. That sucks.
Yeah. They all did so well.
선생님 자고 이랬어요.
바수건 표정 어땠어?
나도.
뭐 그렇게 딱히 좋지는 않았던 것 같아요.
보니까 막 옆에 애들이 더 난리치더라고. 막 샷건이 막 이러는데 그게 내가 뭐하냐고 이렇게 되면.
이게 힙합이었어. 저기는 약간 댄스 퍼포먼스였어. 힙합다운 힙합. 이게 사람들이, 관객들이 정상이라면 이게 이겨야 되는 게 맞는 것 같아요. 하나, 둘, 셋.
You all look so happy.
Right?
우리 팀 형들 거 영상 볼까?
그러면은 정기 공연 걸 보자.
너를 원해.
너를 원해? 네. 너를 원해 볼까? 약간 젠틀함도 있고 일단 잘생겼어.
비주얼은 바스코 형이 멋있죠.
와 진짜 멋있다. 이게 노창이 형 비트야?
네.
이겼네.
원래부터 바스코 선배님이랑 천재노창 선배님, 정기고 선배님 있는 팀을 가고 싶었기 때문에
뭔가 이분들과 무대를 한다는 거에 대해서 신기하고 영광스럽고
바스코 형님이랑 같은 무대 쓰는 거 어때? 이러면 나 좋아 죽지.
CG some hearts in
한번 할 수 있지? 오케이, 나오세요.
나를 위해 어느 떠나 그 많은 멍청이들은 여기서 떠나줘.
좋았어요.
저쪽 팀을 다 박살을 내버려야 돼. 이제 아예 부셔버려야 돼.
기리보이가 앞길이 안 보이게 하겠습니다.
좋아, 이런 자세 좋아.
안녕하십니까?
안녕.
안녕하십니까?
안녕하십니까?
연습 많이 했어 근데?
했어?
네. 그럼 한 번만 하면 되겠네. 빨리 하자, 빨리 하고.
센터를 확실히 잡고 가. 이 스피커로 하면은 우리가 좀 더 와야 돼.
Show new.
시대의 레벨을 걸어놔서 이 게임 속에서만 밟아도 저 머리는 굿샷
정신사납고 하나도 정리 안 된 것 같은 기분이 너무.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
사건 빼고는 발성이라는 걸 아예 안 하고 있어 지금. 그냥 웅얼거리는 수준?
지금 뭐 연습할 수 있는 상황이 아닌 것 같아 내가 보기엔.
애들이 너무 못해요. 야, 그 우리끼리만 이야기를 했잖아.
숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 올라갈 주연.
숨죽였던
숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 올라갈 주연.
죽였던 날들을 뒤.
숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 올라.
셋넷구.
윤호 씨가 제일 걱정이에요. 본인도 약간 자신감이 없어 보여요.
틀리는 것도 자신감 있게 틀리면 멋있잖아.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah.
아 7년 연습했는데 IM한테 질 거야?
Dang.
아니 이길 거잖아. 이겨야 되잖아. 어? 지면 너 완전 그냥 아무것도 아니야 지금 너 아무것도.
야, 근데 솔직히 무대 분위기나 퀄리티는 난 여기가 훨씬 좋은 것 같아.
아니 저쪽 가사에 토끼래요 자기들.
그러니까
우리 거북이래.
거북이 멘트 치라고.
토끼는 안심하고 있는 거지. 그래 지금 그런 거라니까.
I think this team might win.
I mean, the way they're setting it up, yeah.
Yeah.
그건 아니에요. 그냥 아직 정리가 완벽하게 되지 않아서.
근데 약간 예전에 오장남 팀 보는 느낌이에요. 아, 우린 너네 이겼다. 약간 이런 느낌 얼굴을 다 갖고 있어요. 네.
확실히 건영하고 저는 더 많이 느끼는 것 같아요.
오장남이 3명이나 여기 있는데?
저번에 패배는 없습니다.
저봐야 정신 차리지. 오, 사람 진짜 금방 찬다.
관객들 앞에 서는 건 처음인가?
네.
긴장이 좀 되는 것 같기도 하고.
나 오늘 손수건 안 챙겨왔으니까 아무도 떨어지지 말자고.
이런 또 감성적인 전술.
No.
Honey,
I know.
근데 앞으로 쭉 이럴걸? 얘네한테 되게 고마운 일이긴 하다.
그럼요.
근데 고마운 사람들
잘해줘야지.
얘를 뒤로 가져 올라갈 줄.
All those screams.
one girl,
당연히.
like a car alarm. I mean, go get it.
I know.
주시는 거 보고 오늘 진짜 잘하겠다.
오늘은 진짜 진다는 단어를 그냥 없애버리자고 했어요. 음원까지 낸다고 하면 제가 23년 살면서 제일 잘한 일이라고 저한테 칭찬해요.
이게 진짜 100%입니다.
Scary. What's happening?
Props.
It's your kryptonite.
Yes, it is.
상근하는 네가 원하던 지난 3만 내 28에 날리지만 걱정하지 마는 팔팔해 난 내 자뻑인 너의 우울한 시절에 잠배를 고해 나도 알아 그래 뭐 사실은 이 노래 나의 친구를 잡아낸 노래 비춰니 건데 절대 놓쳐버릴 없네 선배의 타이틀은 역해 평생 시리처럼 work해 I'm proud of that, yeah Number one, man, you're the best 이건 바로 pop 뭐인지 신경 안 쓰지 보다 더 잘하지 묻지마 적당하지 알잖아 더 원하지 먼저 가는 맘처럼 원하는 만큼까지 날 어떻게 보던지 하나도 또 하러 가겠지.
Maniac also comes alive on stage.
춘남을 좋게서 피해 나를 피해 얼른 떠나 불을 켜라 무대 배워도 나면 좋게서 이제 나를 위해 얼른 떠나 더 많은 멍청 이들을 여기서 떠나줘 나 화려하게 위험할 때도 멋있다며 난 그냥 할게 정신하니까
Shonu.
I know.
시간이 없어 반말 안 해요 난 가야 해요 당장 꺼져요 생각 없이 막
Just a Hyungwon reveal, no big.
이렇게 풀려났으니 긴장의 꼰대들 알아서가 쓰게 bro 때를 벗어놓고 10대의 대면을 걸어놨죠 이 게임 속에서는 발버둥 쳐도 내 머리는 쿠션 하고 싶은 대로만 했고 반대로만 했던 태도 계속해서 네걸 뱉고 바스코 바통 바통 나도 가족의 마스코 뭐 아니면 또 아니면 가위바위보 그런 건 안 해볼 성공과 하이파이브 나는 놈 빠르고 될 수밖에 없죠 when I go checking the right guys on
I feel like he had to put 8 bars into his 4.
Right.
Uh-oh. More props. What's happening?
Oh my gosh.
So angry.
Right?
없이 보이지 신경 안 쓰지 더 잘하지 웃지마 적당하지 알잖아 더 못나지 가는 맘처럼 원하는 만큼까지 날 어떻게 보든지 나라도 또 가겠지 누가 뭐라 하도 자네 멋대로 똑같이 반복돼 자네 멋대로 똑같은 맘만 반복해도 대로 무대에 쟁패로 이 무대 위에 서는 내 모습 넌 아무것도 모르잖아
I feel Minhyuk should have sing that part.
I know. I was just thinking, it doesn't seem like Shonu's the lead vocalist.
No.
Which I'm fine with, it's just they made such a big deal out of it.
진짜 누가 할지 모르겠다. 잘했어요.
자, 정말 퍼포먼스가 돋보이는 파워풀한 무대였습니다. 자, 오늘 프로듀서로서 또 공연 중간에 씬 스틸러의 모습을 보여줬던 프로듀서 천재노창의 소감을 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 무대 어땠나요?
완벽했어요. 무대를 꾸민 것부터 이제 표정이나 태도까지 다 너무 완벽했던 것 같아요.
굉장했죠.
빨간 팀도 꽤 잘했어요. 제가 너무 기대를 제로했다 보니 무대 1을 보여줬는데 한 100으로 다가오더라고요. 그래서 저 팀도 너무 잘했어요. 네, 너무 멋있었어요.
자, 그러면 무대를 가졌던 연습생들과도 얘기를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다.
네, 저는 이런 무대 쓰는 게 정말 좋아서 너무 좋았어요. 그냥
잘한 것 같아요. 네. 정말 하얗게 불태웠어요.
저쪽 팀 되게 진짜 엄청 신났다면 저희는 진짜 엄청 멋있었던 것 같아요.
Oh, Minhyuk's got fans already.
감사합니다.
Oh, they must be so relieved.
예, 감사합니다. 수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
한마디를 못 들어갔어요. 도입 부분을. 아쉽다면 이제 끝이 없겠지만은 뭔가 확실히 뭔가 무대 진짜 무대 한 것 같아서 기분 좋아요.
전 없어요. 다 잘했어요.
뭐 저희가 짱이었죠.
지금 우리 생각밖에 안 날걸요? 진짜. 그 하얀색이네. 하얀색 막 이러고.
People do tend to remember the last performance.
Yeah.
Oh, are they using their wristbands?
What team, Beth?
I really don't know. I have some thoughts about the songs, but
yeah, afterwards.
You can't stop me once I start.
I know.
4차 데뷔 미션 투표가 모두 종료가 됐습니다. 자,
I still think the white team is gonna win because they focus so much on them.
프로듀서 기리보이 팀
I could be
그리고
wrong.
프로듀서 현재 노창 팀은
You're
무대
probably
위로
right.
올라와 주시기 바라겠습니다.
But I hated that song. The guys were good. I just think it's a crap song.
일단
But it would be nice for sure.
주영 씨,
Yeah.
현재 노창 팀의 무대 어떻게 보셨나요?
때려 부시고 이런 퍼포먼스가 너무 멋있어가지고 깜짝 놀랐어요.
퍼포먼스가 좋았다.
저는 천재노창 팀의 노창 형이 제일 멋있었어요.
오.
아무것도 안 하고 그냥 나오셔서 아무것도 안 하고 들어가셨는데 존재감이 어마어마하셨어가지고
이 친구가 아무것도 안 해야지 멋있는 친구야.
진짜 멋있었어요.
바스코 씨는 아까 분명히 상대 팀의 무대도 굉장히 좋았다라고 끝에 말씀을 해주셨는데
거짓말이었어요.
I lied.
그렇죠. 솔직히 어떻게 보셨는지?
솔직히요? 솔직히 뭐 그냥 주원이 빼고 다 괜찮았던 것 같아요.
Okay, the bantering.
자, 4차 데뷔 미션에 참여한 아티스트분들 그리고 연습생 모두들 수고 많으셨습니다. 고생 많았고요.
감사합니다.
자, 300분의 관객 여러분과 함께한 4차 데뷔 미션 결과를 공개하도록 하겠습니다. 표차에는 11표가 났고요.
Damn.
차이로 승패가 갈리게 됐습니다.
That's close.
자, 노멀시 4차 데뷔 미션 음원 발매와 더불어 연습생 5명 전원이 파이널로 진출할 수 있게 될 승리팀은
저희는 지금 308명에서 공연을 한 거라고
He was so
생각을 했어요.
specific with the number.
I know, right?
I was like, are there 308? Or is it because they were 8, the team?
완벽했어요.
정말 하얗게 불태웠어요.
좀 이길 수 있을 거라 생각을 했어요.
이번에도 이기고 싶다.
저는 한 번도 진다고 생각해본 적 없어요.
저희 쪽에 좀 승산이 있지 않을까?
I'm like, get on with it. I hate it when they do
Horrible. I was watching this alone, I would fast forward.
this. Yeah, me too.
두 팀 가운데 11표 차로 승리한 팀은 승리팀은 프로듀서 기리보이 팀입니다. 기리보이 팀입니다.
Ooh. I was wrong.
But what did I say about freaking Shonu?
I know, you're right.
He has literally lost everything since the first
아쉽지만
day.
프로듀서 천재노창 팀 11표 차이로 안타깝게 패하게 됐는데요. 지금 뒤로 못 돌아보겠어요, 저는. 너무 미안해서.
Poor Shonu. Oh, young one.
자, 이 무대에서
What?
Already?
How? Who voted on that?
프로듀서 천재노창 팀 연습생 5명 가운데 4차 미션 최종 탈락자는
Gotta be Yeonho.
Oh, because he forgot his lines too, right?
방송을 통해서 확인하실 수 있습니다.
I was gonna say, how?
Oh my gosh, she's crying. We feel you,
Already
girl.
worried.
이도 나쁘지 않았어요. 네, 맞아요. 둘 중에 하나죠. 네.
I feel like Minhyuk really shined.
Yeah.
너무 불편해요 이거.
누구 떨어지고 그런 거?
또 더군다나 제가 프로듀서인 팀이잖아요.
이번에 또 지면 진짜 끝이라 생각해서 진짜 이기고 싶었는데 할 때마다 지니까.
Oh.
아, 지금 꿈이었으면 좋겠다 이거.
아, 또 졌냐? 그렇게 이긴다 해놓고 또 지냐?
지금 약간 저를 조여오는 그런 느낌이 있었던 것 같아요.
아 진짜 답이 없다 이제.
그 한숨밖에 안 나왔어요. 정말 이길 줄 알았거든요.
제 입장에서는 또 진 거고
Oh, Shonu.
그랬구나 생각을 하니까 좀 짜증이 났어요. 슬프고.
자, 심사위원들의 회의가 모두 끝이 났습니다. 우선 승리한 기리보이 팀의 연습생들은 뒤에 단상으로 올라가 주시면 되겠어요. 자, 그리고 패배한 천재노창 팀의 연습생들은 무대 중앙으로 이동해 주시기 바라겠습니다.
Yeah, it sucks that 3 of these guys were on the losing team last time.
Yeah.
어쨌든 5분 가운데 1명의 탈락자가 나오게 됩니다. 하고 싶은 말이 있다면 한마디씩 부탁드리겠습니다.
저는 좀 다리가 후들거립니다.
물론 짧은 기간이었지만 아티스트 형분들 감사한 부분도 많이 컸었고 같이 이런 무대에서 설 수 있었던 것만으로도 되게 뜻깊고 좋은 경험이었던 것 같아요.
성화는 더 잘할 수 있었다고 생각을 했는데 아직은 많이 부족한 것 같고 너무 영광스러우면서도 아쉬운 날인 것 같아요.
솔직히 이 곡을 저희가 하면서 저 개인적으로는 약간 좀 창피했어요. 제가 이 곡을 너무 소화를 못한다 생각했고 형들한테 너무 죄송스럽고 진짜 감사합니다.
Disagree, you were great.
무슨 말을 해야 될지 잘 모르겠지만 일단은 후회는 없는 것 같아요. 네, 후회 없고 그냥 형들한테도 되게 고맙고 안 떨어지는 방법이 없나요?
No.
4차 데뷔 미션 오늘의 최종 탈락자를 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 최종 탈락자는
이번 무대가 솔직히 제일 자신 없던 무대지 않았나.
I know.
떨어지면 진짜 앞길이 막막하네.
Gun's the only one looking.
되게 마음을 많이 비웠던 것 같아요. 네.
내가 9등인데 이번엔 나나해. 나겠다.
Oh my gosh.
뭔가 계속 고독해지는 것 같은 느낌.
윤호야 고생 많았다. 윤호야 고생 많았다.
I can see why Minhyuk would assume it was him.
Yeah.
그냥 뭔가 데뷔를 못해서 아쉽기보다는 이런 이렇게 정든 사람들하고 떠나보내는 게 좀 많이 아쉽고요. 되게 많이 아쉽네요.
Oh no.
아니 이거 잘 알아둬야 돼. 전 20살이에요 아직. 형들보다 아직 어리다고.
He's being real cute.
He's being so strong.
Yeah.
이름은 노윤호이고요. 19살입니다.
윤호군은 지금 연습생들에게는 약간 연습생의 조상, 시조새 같은 친구죠.
내가 연습생이다 진짜 이런 느낌으로 연습만 했었어요 원래 윤호가.
하나에 빠지면은 진짜 그것만 하는 스타일. 밤을 새가면서까지.
진짜 랩을 정말 더 열심히 해서 음악적으로 성공해야겠다는 생각이.
가수의 꿈은 계속 가는 건가요?
당연하죠. 어떻게 시대를 다 맞췄는데 어떻게 이거를 그만두겠어요.
Still weird that they're wearing their name tags.
Their numbers?
Yeah, or sorry, numbers.
Yeah. I hated that they had to wear them at the performance.
Yeah.
What's that?
On whose face?
Maniac 2.
He looks so worried.
Why did he put himself on the end?
Right?
He should be in the middle. Oh my gosh, they're getting filmed. Youngwon's so smart, he put on a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Is he okay?
Oh my gosh. I don't think one who likes rides.
No. Oh my gosh.
범퍼카. 남자는 이렇게 빠꾸.
Ah.
Come on. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable.
Right? Oh my gosh.
She's holding Jiron's hand.
So cute.
기분이 프레시했어요.
신나긴 했는데
무슨 꿈 꾸니까 너무 멋있어요. 그렇게 호락호락하게 보내주면
Ah, smart.
Uh-oh.
They're so suspicious.
Uh-huh.
Oh, of course.
Get down lower. So there's one more mission?
지금 명체를 떼고 데뷔를 향한 마지막 무대를 준비하라. 총 데뷔 멤버 7명.
아 데뷔 멤버 정해졌어.
와 그러면은 9명에서 2명 떨어지는 거네. 2명이 탈락이에요.
에이씨.
항상 끝이 있는 거니까 이제 마지막이고 순위 상관없이 모든 걸 쏟아부어야겠구나.
7명 딱 봤을 때 약간 60%는 나한테 이제 좀 생겼다 힘이 이렇게 느꼈어요.
만약 제가 만약 7명의 데뷔 멤버 안에 들었다고 쳐도 기분 좋게는 못 있을 것 같아요. 그래도 어쨌든 그 자리에는 2명의 그 탈락자가 있는 거니까.
내가 데뷔해야 하는 나여야만 하는
좀 비참하긴 하지만 나이도 제일 많고 여기서 떨어지게 되면 기회가 없어요.
제가 제일 잘하는 게 랩이고 지금 여기에서 뒷걸음질 치기에는 너무 멀리 왔어요.
데뷔를 꼭 해야 하는 이유가 있어요?
있어요. 저희 엄마.
엄마.
뭔가 노멀씨를 하는 내내 엄마가 밥을 잘 드시는지
So cute.
나도 샷건처럼 내 랩에 엄마를 외치고 싶었지만 그냥 내가 나중에 성공했었거든. 외칠게 그거 아무튼 사랑해.
Oh my gosh.
저는 꼭 데뷔해야 되는 게 그냥 이건 억지지만 그냥 해야 돼요. 그리고 제가 엄마 돈을 너무 많이 써버렸어요. 엄마 빚 갚아야 돼요. 몇 번이나 그랬어요. 오지 말라고 울면서 막 엄마 얘기했어요. 또 뭐 부도 났다고 그러면서 빨간 딱지 있는데 못 보여주겠다고 나한테 막 그런 얘기 하는데 뭔가 내가 빨리 데뷔 못하는 게 맨날 속상하고 짜증나고 막 그랬어요.
Oh my gosh.
엄청 엄마가 냉장고 앞에 맨날 이상하게 앞에 앉아있더라고요. 맨날 거기 앞에서 집이 좁으니까 움직일 데가 없는 거예요. 거기서 맨날 그 하루 종일 앉아있어요. 엄마 할 것만 하고 머리에서 그냥 엄청 데뷔하고 싶어요. 데뷔해서 성공하고 싶어요.
Oh my gosh, Wonho. I hope they step on the numbers.
Ah. What do you think they'll have to do? Are they all performing together?
It looks like it, yeah.
마지막 7번째 멤버는 바로
Ah! They're gonna announce it on stage in front of people.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I must say though, this episode is much better than the last one for sure.
Yes, anything is.
Yes,
But
yes.
this felt easy comparatively
Mhm.
until we got to the end. What the hell? That was like I don't know.
Okay, so I know you really want to talk about the songs. So let's talk about the songs.
Okay. I have to say neither song's that memorable.
Thank you. I felt the same way. The way that they were bragging about it too. I was like, yeah, anyways.
There wasn't a catchy hook in either one. But the white song I thought was worse.
Yeah.
Because if Shonu's singing his part right, then it's a terrible part. And
Yeah.
it seems like he is. It's not on beat, but it's not coolly behind the beat. The weird hitch up at the end. It just sounds terrible. Honestly, every time he sings it, I think he's messing up.
Yeah.
So that's a bad line.
It's strange because like I felt like he in the recording studio, it didn't even suit him at all. You
No.
know?
And I totally was like, oh shit, you heard me. I was like, oh, he's not on beat, or he's like,
Yeah.
but he wasn't behind the beat in like this is purposeful way.
Yeah, and I felt like in the performance, like he did better, but I felt like it wasn't
Sounded kind of the same.
I mean, like to me, I felt like he did a little bit better, but then like
Mhm.
I felt like it wasn't suited for him. Like I
Yeah.
felt like the producers didn't know their ranges, didn't know like I mean
They didn't adjust it for who they got.
yeah, like like I said, like the last person who sang for the white team, Minyak should have had that part.
Yeah.
If they appropriately listened to all of their vocals and their ranges and stuff like that, you know?
I also thought Hyungwon had a terrible part. It was barely at the bottom of his range, and it was throwaway.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably the most unmemorable part. Shonu's part was memorable because it was bad.
Mhm.
Not him, but that part of the song.
Mhm.
Hyungwon's part wasn't memorable because he had to be so low that he was basically whispering.
Yeah.
And then Minhyuk shined, but that's only because he was giving attitude. He was playing to the crowd. He was hyping it up. It's
Yeah.
not because it was like an amazing piece of music at all.
And he was like, he seemed like the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah, he did. He did. Honestly, that and again, in the rehearsal when they were like, "Oh, we have to have a main vocalist," it's obviously Shonu. I thought the main vocalist was Minhyuk.
Yeah.
Like he was the one I was watching the most, and even though his wasn't completely in his range, it was the closest out of the three. I felt like he somehow ended up with the best part for him. I don't know.
Well, for Hyungwon, I felt like they were trying to make him also like the main vocalist of that group. But
that part didn't suit him at all.
No, it did not.
He probably would have sounded better on Minhyuk's part, and you're right, Minhyuk would have sounded better on the last guy's part.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that you can't just like, anytime you write a song for other people, you have to adapt it. Like there's, there's 100,000 songs that people get and they go, oh, this is good. We just need to change the key or the bridge or, and it didn't seem like, yeah, I agree with you. There was no tailoring to who they got at all.
Yeah.
Which I thought was super unfortunate. I mean, I liked the dance. The dance was good. I personally did not like the bat thing. I thought that was weird. And then a guy came out and sang like a lullaby after that. That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like I think the mask part was actually pretty cool. Kind of like, cool on that part,
And I get it. They're like beating the mannequins are standing in front of them and they're like destroying their old selves. I mean, I get it. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
I just wasn't sure, like, what were they trying to say with the song?
Yeah.
Like, what was the message?
Yeah.
At least the other team, I understood. They were like, we're gonna whip your guys' ass.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but I thought the Red song, again, I can't tell you what the hook was. Not memorable.
Yeah.
Not good. And I thought there were not enough of the artists in the White song, and there was too much of the artists in the Red song. I just didn't I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like the Red song, all I really remember about it is
there you go. 0.
Kihyun's hair.
Yeah, Kihyun's hair is nice. Okay. I have to say though, I have a weird issue about Wonho taking off his shirt.
It felt exploitive the way he was talking about it.
Yes. I wasn't really okay with that. I know we always joke about like, the opening sequence and stuff like that of the show. But then this is like
you know why I didn't like it? It was because they showed the clip of them basically being like, we could just cut him out. And then he said, Mad Clown said he should do it. The guy who said, maybe we'll just cut his vocals. That's why it felt weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if he wants to take his top off, please. He worked hard for that body.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
But this felt weird.
I think it would be different if Wonho suggested it. Like saying like, oh, I think it would add to the performance, and I'm sure the ladies would love it if I take the top off. But in this
if I get worked up enough, may I?
Yeah, exactly.
Not you should.
Yeah. But in this case, like the artists or the producers or whatever, they were saying like, I'm benching right now and I'm working out because they think I should take my top off. And, no, you should, you should not take your top off if you feel uncomfortable about it.
And it's not that he said he felt uncomfortable. No. We both recognize that. But, I mean, the same guy who thinks you can't sing is like, I know what you can do. Take your top off.
Yeah.
Of course, we're coming at this from a very female perspective, but like... been there, not doing that. I just thought, I agree with you. It's like one of the things I love about Wonho is that he is proud of the work he has done on his body and he's not scared to show it off.
Yeah.
But this didn't feel like because it wasn't his suggestion. I mean, he didn't seem freaked out by it or anything, but it felt like they were using him.
Yeah. They were definitely using him as like a visual person.
Like a visual prop.
Yeah. And he's more than that,
Yeah. I could not hear him at all in the song.
I was going to say like, I can't remember what part like he's saying.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only people I remember is the rap line and Kihyun, but that's mostly because he looked really, really good. I kept looking at him, and then he did like did his swoops at the end and stuff, and I was like, ooh. I thought I am particularly, I think I said this about him and Minhyuk, like once he's on stage, like, I feel like he's the person he wants to be. You know what I mean? Like, he's like got swag and attitude, and he'll stand up to anybody and he'll call you out. And he really knows how to play up a crowd. I mean, he had a lot of bars and he was a big focus and it was good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say like the best person for the red team was probably Chen opening for the whole entire, opening the song, He
I
did
honestly
like
think Chen and Minhyuk, those are my two favorites on each team.
yeah. I feel like Chen like he started off really strong for the team. And also because he started off really strongly, like I feel like it brought confidence to the other guys too, because like he did really, really well in the beginning, and I was like,
and you need that sort of like bam for an opener. You're right.
Yeah.
The other guy, who's the
Saquon.
Yes, thank you. You saved me. I thought when they were practicing him and that he sounded good, but on stage I could barely hear him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a sound thing or what, but I only heard like 2 notes, and
yeah, he wasn't very memorable to me either.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, the only person or the 2 people that really stood out to me, of course, is Ki-hyun and Chen for the red team. But everyone else, I'm like,
Joohyun always stands out.
Yeah.
It's kind of always like there's a team.
I feel that's a given though.
That's a given, right?
That's a given. Yeah.
That's a given. But I felt like, particularly for IM, he needed to make himself known, and he really did. And you're right. I think being in the beginning, he was either going to sink or swim.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, and he really swam, and I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I just feel like he just blossoms on stage. You could tell it's where he's meant to be.
Yeah.
But again, can I sing you the chorus? No. I know it was a diss song, but besides the rabbit turtle thing, I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing too. I don't remember anything else about the song except the rabbit.
And the white team's right. The turtle wins. So
yeah,
in the story, the turtle wins. So when you're looking at it from that perspective, it makes even less sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like these producers wrote 2 songs for themselves, or they pulled 2 songs out of their notebooks that they hadn't recorded yet.
Yeah.
I don't think they took the trainees into enough. Like, they didn't think about them enough.
Yeah, like definitely for the red team too. I felt like they didn't really tailor the songs. I think they were a little bit better than the white team for sure in terms of like tailoring, but still pretty bad.
I thought they were more cohesive, but that could have just been because the song was actually in their range accidentally.
Yeah.
And like the white team, and you heard those producers several times, they were like, oh, is the song too hard? Get over it. It's like, well, it's not too hard. It's not physically possible for me. I'll do my best, but you're asking me to sing too low or too high, or to jump 5 notes every 10 minutes. Like what?
No. Which is interesting because like they're producers, like they should be able to tailor this to them.
I guarantee you they know better.
Yeah.
So my question is, why weren't they allowed to tailor it? I don't know. It just feels weird. Like
it feels weird. Again, like the number one question is, don't you want to win?
Yeah.
Because for those artists, right? They're like superstar artists or whatnot.
Yeah, they're like roasting each other and stuff.
And like, I'm sorry, like I would want the bragging rights, like so
one of these songs is gonna get released.
Wouldn't you want your royalties? Like come on, so it's really interesting that maybe it's the video editing, like who knows? Because at least we saw for the white team, like we saw the producer working with Yoonho, with his vocals and stuff like that. But that was just a little sliver of it, So this is like outside of the like recording.
And Yoonho wasn't the only guy that they had issues with, but he's the only guy we saw them talking to. Now, I'm sure they must have talked to the other guys too, And I mean, they knew it was bad. They knew when they were recording. They knew at the final rehearsal. They knew it was bad. So wouldn't you try and do something?
Yeah.
Like,
and it just
I don't know.
It's really interesting too. Like, did you notice that the white team had like their interviews with production as well, whereas the red team didn't?
Yeah, that's why you thought they were going to win, right? Because
Yeah.
that's the thing. When you get that much airtime, you're either going to win or lose. Like if this was a show like, let's say, Top Chef, and there's 20 people and 2 people get the most airtime, you're like, uh-oh, that girl's going home and that guy's winning.
Yeah.
So, but it's weird because there's only 2 teams, so it seems so obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you're right, production did kind of twist it because the episode before, the team that got the most coverage won.
Yeah.
But in this episode, it was the worst team.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did show us every time we saw a clip of them, it was like, this isn't good. This isn't right. This isn't, but you're like, but
it's
like, did they get any mentoring? I don't understand.
But it's also interesting too. They lost by a sliver, by only 11 votes.
Were those 11 votes for Won-ho?
I know, right?
I mean, I can't help thinking it.
Yeah.
It still sucks though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I it's very sad for them. I feel like it's really crappy. But like, I don't know. I would have been hard pressed to vote for either of them. I do want to know where those voting boxes ended up. Can we buy them? At least the red one.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I feel like Yoonho, he knew.
Yeah.
He definitely knew. I mean, because he knew he missed a couple bars, and which I did think it was weird. I wasn't 100% sure that he missed as much as he said he did, but like there was some dead air where I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But of course, like poor Minhyuk is like, I'm number 9. That's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm number 9 on the losing team.
Yeah.
Of course you'd assume it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, and okay, those name tags, like seriously, or number tags, whatever you want to call them, like why would you make them wear them at the amusement park? Like there's no use for it. Actually, the number system has no use whatsoever because
IM doesn't have one.
Yeah. Like why does it even
He didn't
matter?
wear one on stage. He didn't wear one to the amusement park, so they didn't reorder. They didn't like do a new lineup. I just feel like that's just to keep him on the outside as the other.
Yeah.
It's psychologically messed up.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, well, it's also psychologically messed up for the guys who are wearing the number tags too. So it works like both ways,
Yeah.
So it's like, but if you're gonna give them like a free day,
Yeah,
or
why?
why? I mean, the whole point of the numbering system, right, is not to be, well, this is what I think, for the judges not to have some sort of like connection with them, and so just to be, yeah, you're number 5 or you're number 3, but the judges aren't even there,
It's got a very like Stanford project or prison experiment feel to it.
Yeah, so why bother have them wear the name tags or the number
when
tags
they're on their free day?
Yeah, that makes absolute no sense. What's production gonna say? Hey, number 1, like don't do that. Like,
right?
It's like, no, I'm sure behind
you
the
have to ride the Viking ship number 6. Get on there.
I know. It makes no sense
Weird.
to me. It's
Super
like,
weird.
why? And are they doing it for consistency purposes? Maybe, but like still, like it's still demoralizing and still not okay,
And I thought the segue straight from crying on stage to amusement park was jarring.
That was terrible video editing.
And I also felt like, I was like, can they even enjoy it? They've got to know that other guy's back at the dorm packing his crap.
Yeah.
He won't be there when they get back. We've learned that lesson, right?
Yeah.
I also thought it was kind of sad. They seemed upset, but the camera, like the production obviously doesn't care about Yeonho because he got this much that the other guy got.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so crazy how the comparison between the two of episode
because
7
we just
and
lost Yeah,
you see all the tears from the guys, so they made it
it's like a long drawn out thing.
Yeah, like episode 7 was like very, very hard, and like we both even cried because like it hit a nerve. But this one is just like, oh yeah, Yoonho lost. Let's do a quick recap.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
The guys are sad, but
it wasn't as sad because Yoonho knew that he was gonna lose. It's like, so if he knew that he was gonna lose, like.
It's still sad.
It's still really sad.
And it was really sweet of him to be like, don't worry, guys, I'm only 20. You guys are all old. Like, I mean, that's nice of him to think that way, but also he's been training the longest.
Yeah.
He should be a shoo-in.
Yeah.
So,
ugh.
I don't know.
Yeah. I need to look, I forget, some Monbebe already listed out like, all the guys who didn't debut, like where they went off to, but I can't remember if Yoonho did or not. So, I
wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah. So.
Which sucks. Which really sucks. I hate saying that. But it's not to say he might not be a creative somehow. He'd probably be a pretty good actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he has the right look for it. I don't know if he can actually act, but like, he's tall, he's handsome, he's charming, like. Honestly, for a dude, you barely need more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to go back and look at that post, but I don't know. It just felt very. It was so obvious that production was like, we don't care about it. He'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but you made it seem so the other guy's not going to be fine. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I mean, we know he got in another band, but I'm just saying the way they did it and like. Ugh, yeah. I don't know. And I hated how when they kept announcing, they were like drawing out who they were going to eliminate. They kept like doing close-ups of Changhyun like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's like, he feels bad. It's like they were zooming in to make sure you knew, like his head's down. Do you think he feels bad? It's like, yeah, he does. But he might have only been there for 1 challenge, but he knows someone else going home isn't going to make everyone love him anymore.
Yeah. Ugh.
Again, just like exploitive is the word for it.
Yeah. Well, no, you're absolutely right, because like they probably zoomed into him thinking like, oh well, this is the new guy, and he's probably like,
if he's happy, cool.
Yeah.
If he cries, also cool.
Yeah.
And he's obviously just like trying to like, blend in.
Well, I mean, like they also made him look like a villain in the last episode, and even with dramatic background music,
Yeah.
So
I feel like they wanted him to like celebrate that he won, and then they would have edited that into that part.
Yeah. Yeah. But clearly he feels the pain,
Yeah.
So okay, but can we talk about like Juhan and Changhyun too? Like I am loving their moments together, and that is the one part that I actually like about their video editing, is that they're showing that part. Like even in the last episode where it was very difficult for Juhan to connect with Changhyun, because he's like, like, did they already say that you're gonna debut? Blah blah. Like that whole conversation of him like opening up to him, was like really sweet and very meaningful in the last episode. And then it's nice in this episode to see him continue on with that, and you start to see them building a relationship together,
Yeah.
And it was so sweet. He's like, I know you're coming in like in weird circumstance, a bad circumstance.
You got to kill it.
Yeah, but you got to kill it,
Yeah.
So
I do feel like that the conversation he had last episode with Juhan is how he was able to keep going. He just needed one person to say it to his face. He heard them all talking shit, but he needed one person to just be like, what's the deal? And for him to just be like, I literally don't know. They just threw me in here.
Yeah.
He just wanted one person to ask him. And I feel like Juhan, after he heard that, was like, I mean, he knows he's not mad at him. He's mad at the situation. It's just, you're the only thing I can be mad at. I can't be mad at the company. I want to debut. So I really loved when they were working together. And I also loved how he kind of called him out. He's like, who would you rather work with? And he's like, oh, and he's like, it's the other guy, isn't it? And then he was like, I'm Mad Clown 100%. And he was like, oh, okay. It's so cute. But then he was encouraging. He's like, no matter what you do, you got to kill it, you know? And even though I didn't love Min Hyuk saying this, I felt like it was good of Min Hyuk to tell Yuhan, he's like, you've been training for 7 years. You got to kick IM's butt.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. So, but going back to Juhan really quickly, he's like, yeah, I'm Mad Clown 100% all the way. I'm like, of course, there's 2 things. 1, you're being on his team, and 2, you were on his track. So
I was like, he's already put money in your pocket. I would also be on that team.
Yeah.
Which honestly is kind of the reason why I thought he shouldn't have been on that team, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute. He like kind of called him out, but was just like, it's cool. He's like, what, it's fine. We're just going to kill this. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So it was really, really cool to see them kind of like, or Juan pretty much like teasing him, you know?
Yeah, already. And you don't tease someone if you're not thinking that you're going to be friends, you know? Like, especially because he didn't make him cry, but he saw him cry. You know, the situation made him cry. So and Juhan's got like the sweetest marshmallow heart. Can we talk about his mom's speech?
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Like, ugh.
I now feel like we have him, Sharp Gun, and Won Ho, who are all basically like, I have to do this for my mom. I have to pay her back. I have to buy her a house. I owe her. You know, although Juhan didn't really say that. He was the one who just felt like he didn't feel like it didn't seem like he owed her. It just seemed like he wanted
grateful
to do his best because he loves her. But I just thought it was so telling, and I love that they kept that part in, because even though we know now what a marshmallow he is, he's kind of, you know, he always jokes around now about how people think he's like aggressive and angry. Well, the video editing in this show doesn't help. So I was glad that they gave him like a vulnerable moment, a moment where he wasn't angry or playing up the hip hop guy, where he was just like straight up, I love my mom.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
Yeah. And Won Ho, oh my goodness, that was like
I
so
was not expecting
heartbreaking.
him to get that honest.
Yeah, that was very, very honest of him. I was like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea.
I had no idea about that either.
Yeah.
None.
And so for him to say that and like just pour his whole he's a guy who wears a heart on his sleeve, you know, and just hearing him just like talk about his mom and the bankruptcy and stuff like that, it's like
we know he has siblings, like, and he's the oldest, so like oh gosh, I mean, I can't imagine how he was feeling when that was all happening. And I mean, we don't know if it happened that year or a couple years ago, because we know he's been training for a while, so I just felt like
all that weight on his shoulders, you know, like he feels like he bears all this responsibility, and it's like your heart goes out to him, you know. Like, and it makes you even want him to, I mean, we know the results, you know, but even more so, like you just want him to even succeed further down the road, you know. So not that I, you know, like now it's just like I want him to win all the awards now, you know. Like we know that he's a successful soloist now, but now it's like, oh my gosh, you know, like can he win everything now? Like
I just had no idea. Like I knew it was hard for him. It's hard for every trainee, but I was really floored by that. Most people I don't think would talk about that on television. And I honestly thought it was really brave that he did. Because I think a lot of people think, you know, all trainees must come from money, because how else could you afford to do it? There's plenty that don't. And that's how they afford it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really crazy. I'm just like, are we only gonna see testimonials where they cry?
I know. I know. I know.
So, and Shonu too, I really felt for him. K-pop's a little different, I feel like, than, well, a lot different, obviously. But one of the differences between that and American stuff is you don't age out in America as quick. There's plenty of people who've hit it after 30. But
again,
I could
Neil Diamond, Mick Jagger.
Right. Not just hit it, but, you know, yeah, really, really hit their stride. So I can see why he's so worried, you know, because I don't think he thinks of himself as like, he thinks of being an idol. He doesn't think of being like a different type of singer.
Yeah.
So there is kind of a time stamp, like an expiration date. And the clock's ticking down for him, and he's feeling that pressure.
Yeah. And I do want to bring up though that the comments that you made in the last episode in regards to like Shonu, or actually the past 2 episodes, I feel like that you mentioned like, you know, Shonu isn't winning any of these missions. And Monbebe agreed with you, you know, like it's traumatizing for him, you know, like there was like a whole dialogue on our comment section about it. And thank you, Monbebe, for commenting, by the way.
Yay!
Yeah, there's a whole discussion and conversation like among them about that as well, you know. And Monbebe also brought up a really great point about when they won their first award, like Shonu was like, he pretty much like deflected and said, it was you guys, you know, it's you guys. But it's just like, you know, Monsta X is like, no, it's all of us, you know. So I feel like all the stuff that's happened to him, even like during the show, is still affecting him, you know. It's just
I feel like he came into the show with such confidence, and it almost feels like they were trying to break him down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels purposeful somehow. I don't know why, but it really does. And I also think it's crazy that after seeing this show, I'm surprised they picked him to be the leader, because it seems like they don't think he's any good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really, I would be very interested to know why they picked him in the end. He's an amazing leader. I think he's great. We see what great teamwork he does on here, but I'm still kind of surprised because it seems like they don't think he's living up to his potential.
I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like you said, it's like, oh yeah, it seems like very purposeful, you know? And I wonder
maybe not every time, but kind of feels like it.
Yeah. But I feel like maybe they threw him in the ringer like that to kind of test him, to see like how he would react to it, if he would be upset about it, if he would, you know. And I feel,
and he's obviously very emotionally invested. That's the good part.
Yeah, and I feel like they were just secretly like watching and seeing like how he would just really, you know, like see if he has
deal with everything.
Yeah, see if he has any leadership qualities, you know. I don't know, but like you said, he was very emotionally invested. I mean, clearly in the last mission, you know, like he cried, you know.
Yeah. He cried this episode. He cried episode 7. Like, I just feel like it's really, as it would on anyone, it's taking a real toll. So you've spent like 2 years being told you're the best, even if it's just dancer. You're the best at something in the whole company. And now you're here to show your stuff, and they're like, you're not as good. You're not living up. Like, I personally hate the phrase not living up to your potential. I had many a teacher tell my parents that, and I'd be like, I hate science. It is what it is. Like, you can be good at one thing and not be good at another. And I just feel like, they're just putting him through the ringer, and it does feel intentional.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised. Why isn't Juhan the leader? I mean, just based on this show, that's who I assume they would pick. I mean, I'm very glad that Shon is the leader, because I feel like he's such a Papa Bear, and you know, he's he is so supportive to everyone on his team, and he never says anything negative until after they performed.
Yeah.
And immediately after they performed, he's like, we could have done better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which honestly also is something a leader would say.
Yeah. I don't know. This might be like kind of strange, like just throwing it out there, but maybe they didn't want to choose him as leader, maybe because of one, like the age gaps, which probably doesn't really matter because like sometimes like we know that the oldest isn't always
Is
the
it
leader.
the leader? Yeah.
But two, I think Starship did see, even though they did not give Juhan the title track until One of a Kind, which is Bull, which is like 6 years in, but they probably saw potential in him. So in terms of like his writing and producing, and so they probably wanted him to focus more on that
Other things, yeah.
than be like also focused on like being the leader, because I feel like being the leader of a group is beyond, it's like extra work where it's like damage control, you know, and you know, all sorts of factors that, you know, people don't even think about when you're leading a whole entire group, where it's like a huge responsibility, you know.
Yeah. And you're the person that the company comes to if they don't like something, or if they want you to do something that you guys don't want to do, or
yeah, because
you're like the mediator between the team and the company.
Because I honestly feel like this is like Starship's, I can't think of any other boy band from Starship before Monsta X. I know they had Sistar, which, you know, we know they have a girl band, and I feel like how you treat a girl band versus a boy band is two completely different animals, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe this is like the first time where Starship is kind of feeling like testing the waters and stuff like that. And so they really wanted to probably, I don't know, instead of having him as the leader, like kind of just have him focus on writing and producing, whereas there's someone else could bear that responsibility of leading the group of 7, you know.
Yeah, which Shonu does an amazing job at, and honestly I think Wonho would have done a good job at it too.
Yeah, but honestly,
it's just a lot.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like Juhan is more than capable of leading the whole entire group, because like even when we watched the mukbang show with them eating the lobsters, like Big Mother, I think, like she was the one that said, "Oh, I thought you were the leader." She thought Juhan was, you know, because he exudes that confidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel
he commands a room when he walks in.
He really does, you know, and I feel like he's more than capable if he wanted to. See, we don't know if he wanted to or not, but
that's true.
So
I assume they'd have to clear that with you. Yes, you want to debut, but being a leader's a whole other thing.
Yeah, so Monbebes, let us know if he like mentioned that or whatnot. But I feel like
maybe he was like, no thanks.
Yeah, so maybe he just didn't want it, you know, but and that's like a whole different issue too, you know. But he's more than capable, I mean, of writing, producing, and leading, because there's plenty of idols that do that, like Bing Chan from Skiz, you know, like he does it all too, you know. So, and I feel like all of these guys, you know, like Juhan especially is more than capable to do that as well, but it could be also of wanting to do it or focusing on writing or producing, you know, which,
and I mean, he's the only person who already has tracks out with other people, so maybe that has something to do with it too, you know. He's more valuable if he has more time to do collabs and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I just honestly have no idea how they picked a leader. Like, they put it to a boat. I don't know. I just find it very interesting, because based on this show, I just wouldn't assume it would be Shonu.
Yeah, and you would think based on the show it would still be Wonho leading, but they switched it.
He did step up and he won when he was the leader. So
yeah, and they completely changed their minds. Like they switched it within a day.
Maybe Wonho was like, you know what, I don't want to do it.
No,
I don't know.
No, I think he did. You know, he wanted to lead. If I can remember correctly, Monbebe could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was shocked when they took that away from him. You know, so but and I could see why they chose Shoni too, because
Oh
of
yeah.
his personality is very calm, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why they choose him, but the way they're editing the show, I can't understand.
Yeah, so
It's
I
all
mean,
about perception right here. I mean, Shonu's a great leader. We know that. He's so loving. He's really on top of everything. I feel like he does a good job of, constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And then giving you a compliment.
Yeah.
Or giving you a compliment and then telling you to fix something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
mean,
get it, but the way they've edited the show, I don't get it.
Yeah, based on this show, like if I watched this back in 2014, 2015, oh yeah.
I would never think it was him.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm so excited to see them debut. Like, let's see Wonho lead the team, you know?
Right? And then you'd be like, wow, they picked Shonu?
Yeah, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess that's like, I guess one of the perks. I don't know. That's not the right word.
I don't know. I would just be interested to know. I wonder if there's like a behind the scenes or something, or if they ever talk about it. Monbebe, if they ever talk about it on like a V Live or something, let us know.
Yeah.
Drop that link down there.
Yeah.
I'm just really interested to know.
Yeah. I feel like us coming in later and seeing all this like go down is like just really interesting because it's like
because we know where they'll end up a little. I mean, not forever. They're still surprising us every day. Which is why we love them.
Yes.
But yeah, because we know the next couple chapters. I feeling like the production of this, I'm like, this makes no sense in the MX story.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not supposed to, I guess. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I was like doing fine the whole episode, and then it's like, in the last 5 minutes, here's a bunch of crying confessionals. I'm like, what's happening? Why?
Yeah, in that regard, I feel like this episode was like poorly edited. I feel
and then we were in an amusement park and I was just like, what? Why?
There's a lot of disconnect, like, and I felt like this episode was very rushed,
So, yeah, you didn't even think they'd finish the performance.
So
we didn't get a lot of behind the scenes, I feel like, on this mission.
Yeah, I felt like we got a lot of behind the scenes in the earlier missions.
And there were more guys, which makes no sense.
Yeah, which is like so strange. So I'm like, what? So, I mean, it would have been much nicer if we got more behind the scenes and more like, more behind the scenes like footage of these two songs specifically, especially when they're working with the artists, So
yeah, because this made it seem like they saw the artists twice. Like they just saw him during the rough recording, which supposedly wasn't the real recording.
Yeah.
And they just saw them at the final rehearsal. I'm sure that's not true.
Yeah. So there has to be
very weird.
Some in between somewhere. Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, the whole amusement park thing, like how it transitioned.
Jarring.
Very strange, like the whole transition. It wasn't weaved in nicely or whatnot. So yeah, I have some issues with that. Some issues with that.
You would, because you're much better at it. You should write a comment card. I know it's been 8 years, but I would like to correct something.
I feel like if they really wanted the wow factor, like they would, like for episode 7 where we got super emotional about it, like they should have done a better job video editing, because I feel like they just really, really rushed everything, and it's like, oh dang, we only signed for 10 episodes. Well, we better like cram everything in as much as
we stretched out the first 7.
Yeah.
I know, I was almost wondering, because this happens in America sometimes, guys, like were they originally supposed to have 13 episodes and then they cut it back
to like 8?
you know, not necessarily even because it was doing bad. Maybe they have something else that's popping up earlier than expected or whatever. Like, but it does feel like they thought there would be 12 episodes, 13 episodes, and now there's only 10.
Yeah. It's like, whoops, we got to speed this up, speed it up, you know? So very
But luckily for us, there are only 10. One more to go. 90% done.
90% done. My gosh, I've never been so excited to be done with a series. I mean,
well, with a series full of people we actually like.
Yes. Yeah, we love all these guys, you know? So
and even knowing who's going to get cut, I'm a little sad about it. I mean,
I know that we say that, like, I mean, like, seeing Yoonho leave really sucked, you know? Like,
yeah, it did suck.
Yeah. I mean, like,
he's worked hard to get there. So, of course it sucks.
Yeah. And so, like, I feel like I have some sort of, like, emotional attachment to him, you know? And definitely Sharp Gun, too.
Oh, for sure, Sharp Gun. I cried over the guy I said had a terrible voice. I mean, come on. I can still appreciate how much of their lives and their souls they are putting into this. You know, nobody wants to be bad. Nobody.
No one.
So, especially not someone who's literally devoted their life to this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is basically what Shonu did instead of college. That's why he's freaked out. What's he going to do if he doesn't debut?
Yeah.
He doesn't know. So, I mean, I can understand why they're all under so much pressure. And why this feels like their one big chance.
Yeah, I mean, even Hyungwon said the same thing, right? He's like, if I don't debut, I don't know what I would do with my life, you know?
And I don't think he's being like over the top or facetious. He really doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't have a plan B.
I mean, in retrospect, we would both say go model, you know?
So would Sharp Gun, according to their fight.
I know, right?
I mean, I'm sure he could figure out so could Shonu. They're both smart, capable guys, but, you know, but it'd be like, what if you went through 4 years of college, 5 years of college, and then they were like, oh, we're not going to give you a degree. Sorry. Yeah. You're like, what?
You're like, what? Excuse me?
After all the time and money I put in, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I will have one.
Yeah.
So I can see how, and especially think about it. They're like 22, 21. It's been their dream since they were like in junior high.
Yes.
It's hard to let go of that stuff. It's hard. Yeah. When do you really say, okay, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure anyone knows.
Yeah.
Even I say I'm still on hiatus. And it's been a while. But like, it's hard to give up that dream, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh. I just want to like hug them all.
I know, right? Give that warm embrace.
Yeah.
So, but definitely though, like it seemed like they didn't even know like the number count for.
Yes.
You know, so.
You mean the guys or the producers?
I mean, I feel like the guys, you know, because they're like, okay, so it's 7, you know?
And I honestly wonder if the producers knew the whole time it was going to be 7, or if they were trying to see if it was going to be more.
Yeah, we don't know, right?
So. We don't know. I mean, I'm surprised it's not 8, to be honest.
I'm surprised
just because, 9. Just because there's so many, like, good guys working hard, so, and because they don't value Minhyuk the way they should.
I know.
Number 9, fucking bullshit.
I know. Seriously, girl, you tell him.
I just feel like I don't understand why he's been at the bottom this whole time.
I don't either.
If he's the worst, how come he's not eliminated?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 guys have gone home, right?
See, well, that's the thing. Like the numbering system makes
don't mean anything.
Yeah, it absolutely makes.
That's a snapshot
sense.
in time. It's one performance once.
Yeah.
It's not how hard they're working or what they can actually do.
Yeah, collectively, it makes no sense because like. It makes no sense whatsoever because, like you said, you know, like you could have one bad performance, and look at Wonho as an example. You know, you have one bad performance and you drop real fast. You know, you have a really good performance, you shoot up, you know? So this whole name tag thing, I really have issue with, you know, because it makes absolutely no sense. There's no point in demoralizing these guys even further. Call them by their effing name, you know, because they have effing names, you know, like give them the respect, at least give respect to their parents because they named their children, dang it, you know?
Right? And I cannot imagine what it would be like watching this as one of their family members. Not just their parents, like their siblings, their cousins, their auntie, their grandma. I bet you know, Grandma Minhyuk is probably writing mad letters to the to the production company. How dare you, my little boy?
I mean, if I was a sister to any of these guys, you know, or if my brother, I would be pissed. I would be really upset. I'd be like writing a letter to the company. Yes, I'm that type of person, by the way. I would, you know, I would write a letter, a very scathing letter about like this whole entire thing that it makes no sense, you know?
Yeah.
I get it that it's a survival show, but the way that they structured it, like, why? You know, like, wouldn't you want the best performance, you know, and stuff like that? I get why
I'm sure Shonu's mother wrote a letter. 100%.
Yeah, right.
Because she loves her boy. And I bet you she was like, they are doing you dirty. I will not stand for this.
Yeah, and I get that, and we both understand like this, the entertainment industry is really harsh. It's really, really awful. We get that. But at the same time, even Hollywood doesn't even call you by, hey,
number
dude,
9.
Number 9. You know, it's like consistently call you number 9 or whatever. No, they do not.
Even if your role is number 9 guy, they'd still call you by your name on set.
Yeah.
So
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Again, it's part of the psychological mind game that they're playing with them. But that's why Minhyuk thought he was going to go home.
Yeah, which, you know, it's, why would you do that to them? You know, it makes absolutely no sense.
Don't do it.
If you're testing them in some sort of capacity, that makes no sense. But I will say though, I was very glad that they did say throw down, like get rid of the numbering tags or name tags or whatnot. I mean, if I were them, I would have stomped on it. That's why I made the comment earlier. I would have stepped on it. You know,
You wanted them to light them on fire.
Yeah,
I totally saw a girl in the crowd looking at them though. I was like, that girl just went and got one. I bet we could find it on eBay.
I know.
She's like, where's number 9? Minhyuk's my favorite.
I know, right?
Sorry, I keep harping on it, but it's not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah, it is not cool.
Yeah. So I'm just, I'll be interested to see what the last thing is. You're right. I think they are performing together. But then if they're performing together as a group, gosh, that makes it even harder. I feel like to be like, what, you two don't stand out, or you dance the worst, or I don't know. I will be interested to see how it all goes down, and I will be even more interested to see something funny after this.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes. I did notice that the original judges were back. So Heroine and Soyu. I think I saw Soyu there too, right?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I did want to say one thing. Sorry, I forgot to mention. I was kind of surprised when they were in the green room, and I think, was it Sharp Gun? Somebody asked Kyungwon if it was his first time performing in front of a crowd, and he said yes.
Oh wow.
He said, is this your first time performing live? And he said yes.
Yeah.
So that shows you, I feel like, you know, they're all at very different stages of comfort with what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, Shonu's been on stage a million times. Joo-honey's been on stage a million times. Sharp Gun's obviously done a lot of, like, if nothing else, underground rap battles, which is essentially on stage in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know, so I can understand why it's harder for some of them to like come out of their shell. It's like, so like, he also had said he hadn't been in a real recording studio before, didn't he?
Yes, exactly.
So I feel like
first time recording. Yeah.
For Hyungwon, this is like he's literally only daydreamed about this stuff.
Yeah.
And now he's doing it on national television, and they might cut him because he's no good because he's never done it before.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine. He also must have been. I saw his head down, and I thought he too was probably like, "They're cutting me. They're cutting me. They're cutting me." Like,
yeah. Yeah.
It just goes to show you, even if you've trained for 2 years, you can still have an uneven experience depending on, you know, what you've done before, where you've come from, like,
or even training for 7 years. My gosh. That's crazy.
So you just never know. I just think it's interesting that almost every episode, Hyungwon's like, I've never done this, never done this, never done this.
Yeah, but for someone who hasn't done it, you know, like he did really well.
Picks up quick.
Yeah,
he picks up real quick.
Fast.
Yeah.
He looked very confident, you know.
Especially when he was out on the little stage by himself.
Yeah,
I thought he did a really good job, like commanding the audience. So
yeah,
I just think it's crazy. I was just like, every episode, I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
they've never let him do this either.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they couldn't prep him before they put him on national TV. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, and
sorry, I just feel like that's too much. Couldn't he have at least sung in an old folks home or something? Jesus.
Yeah, and old folks.
I don't know.
Now you're just
Christmas
thinking about
caroling. I don't know.
Now you're just thinking about Monsta X.
I am a little bit. I'm just saying he could have had any audience.
He just wanted to perform in front of cute older women so that they could swoon over him.
I just hope that when I'm a cute older woman, I'll get the opportunity to have a young, hot Hyungwon and perform in front of me.
Same here.
And I will not hold back. I will not.
No.
I'll be too old to care.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
You're right. That was a random poll. But you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, really? Like, if he stumbles, he gets to stumble in front of the whole country. Come on. And I also don't think that's a good way to support your artist. Just saying.
Right. And I have to say, like, it was the start of him wearing long coats.
Right? They're like, he's 100 feet tall. He can wear the longest coat ever. Also, I know it's like kind of cliche, but I still love them. Those sleeves where like only your fingers stick out and it's like all on your palm. Ugh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
So hot. I mean, everything Hyungwon wears is hot. I mean, it's Hyungwon, please.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, last thought. That was my last thought. I'm done now. I'm done.
I was like, maybe I should go back to Kihyun before he gets really upset on me.
Well, you did say you liked how he looked cute.
Oh my gosh.
He sounds amazing. He looks good.
Oh my gosh. Yes, his hair. Like when he shows that forehead, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, where is my fan?
Right. I feel like you should just mail him product for Christmas. You're Kiki. It's your faves.
Oh, don't you want to put your hair up like this?
A little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. I actually love a lot of the hair in this in this series, which is weird. I don't think of this as a particularly good time for men's hair, but
yeah.
Hyungwon and Kiki look pretty damn good. IM looks pretty damn good.
Oh my gosh, yeah, his hair. Like
I did like the red outfits better. No, we rarely see his hair like that. I did like the red outfits better. I don't know if it was because of the leather pants or because of the red and black. Like
I like the contrast.
Yeah, I like the contrast, and then it looked good with like the jewelry and stuff, and they just looked good.
Yeah, they look great. I felt like the whole white thing was very. I mean, I get that the artist has to stand out and he wore white as well with the floral and stuff, but no, it ain't about you, fool. It's about the guys and who's gonna make it.
And as Juhan pointed out, he was barely in it, so he didn't need to look that different.
Yeah, so
he should have given that coat to Hyungwon, who it would have looked amazing on.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
Yes. I could totally see Hyungwon being like behind the scenes being like, can I have this coat? This coat's me.
Yeah. And then
the flowered one.
Yeah, the flowered one and
the giant poopy.
Yes, the kitty scarf.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, now we're just talking about how hot Hyungwon would be if we got to dress him up. It's getting real. Okay.
We're veering off course from No Mercy. Monbebes gonna be like, if they made it this far, which I hope you guys did. Sorry, you guys.
I hope you did. But we'll wrap it up now.
Yeah. They're like, what the heck are they talking about? What is wrong?
This is what
with
we do,
them?
guys. We just talk about what we think Youngwon would look good in, which is literally everything.
Yes.
Okay. Enough of that.
I key him too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we do.
I just don't want to get busted by him. Which is ridiculous. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Could you imagine one day if the guys like had time? They're like, what is wrong with these two girls? Like they're not even talking about the show anymore.
Just playing Barbie doll in our heads.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we only have one more episode left. Like you said, I'm very interested to see how they're gonna get judged. And also like what their last mission, like how much time do they even have to like perform together? Because it looks like they are all in sync and dancing from the preview. So I mean, who's gonna lead? Is there gonna be a leader? Who's gonna lead that?
Good question.
Yeah. So what happened if it's Shoni again? Maybe this shows like, maybe it wraps everything up about him. I don't know. So who knows?
We'll find out.
Yeah. So we will definitely find out. So episode 10. Last one.
Episode 10.
Last one. And then we finally get to say 100% after that episode.
Yes.
Gotta throw in some math in there. All right. It's a late night for us, okay? All right, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, which I hope you did, don't forget to hit the like button and please share, and subscribe.
Almost made it.
Almost.
Good job.
It just gets awkward by the moment. And we are one day I'll be able to wrap this up nicely.
Let's wrap it up now.
Yeah. Annyeong.